Among the power units, reliable gasoline 8-valve atmospherics with a volume of 1.6 liters, 102 horsepower, are most widely used. The base 1.4-liter unit is too weak. Later 1.2 TSI turbo engines are not as durable and tolerate gas work worse. On the market you can also find a gasoline modification EcoFuel with a 2-liter 115 horsepower engine adapted to run on compressed natural gas (CNG). However, this engine annoys with malfunctions of valves and sensors. In Europe, Caddies with diesel engines are especially popular. In particular, the 1.9 TDI with 75 or 104 horsepower is the most popular. This is a successful and reliable unit, which is also not expensive to repair. However, the 104 horsepower version, designated BXC, did experience some spinning of the liners. Among the proposals there are models with naturally aspirated diesel 2.0 SDI. This engine is very reliable, but 68 horsepower. Too small for a van. If you are looking for a diesel modification, then you should avoid the 2.0 TDI PD/140 horsepower engine, which was installed between 2008 and 2010. He became famous for cracking the blockhead. It is better to prefer turbo diesels with a common rail injection system that appeared after 2010, 1.6/75 horsepower, 2.0/110 and 140 horsepower. In the production process, Volkswagen has not been without setbacks, which are associated with an attempt to save money. Most of the miscalculations were eliminated during restyling in 2010. Corrosion problems are one of the main disadvantages of the Volkswagen Caddy. Too thin a layer of varnish is easily damaged by impacts with pebbles. As a result, rust appears on the thresholds and rear side doors. In addition, the sliding door roller moving in the guide destroys the paintwork, which causes corrosion. The mechanism itself must be kept clean. Otherwise, the plastic roller wears out. Sometimes rust can be found on the hood. The quality of interior finishing materials is average. The paint on the door handles is wiped off, the varnish comes off the buttons, the interior creaks, the rear door shock absorbers wear out quickly. The lamps in the headlights burn out quite quickly, and the headlights themselves often sweat. Sometimes there are problems with contacts, the central lock fails and the sliding door jams. Some have experienced cracked windshields in cold weather. The rear suspension is practically no problem. In the front one has to deal with the wear of silent blocks of levers, bushings and stabilizer struts. Large loads affect the longevity of the rear shock absorbers and wheel bearings, which are completely identical to the Golf. Quite often, the leaf spring buffer is destroyed. Its replacement will not require much effort and time. The springs themselves go more than 100,000 kilometers. However, it all depends on the severity of the transported. During inspection, an oil leak from the gearbox is often found. No difference in grip durability. Difficulty shifting gears is usually caused by a stuck gear selector mechanism. When you try to stick the speed by force, the plastic clips of the control cables are destroyed. Often you have to deal with the failure of the air conditioning compressor. In addition, the air conditioning radiator behind the front bumper is not protected from stones. If the pressure sensor of the ESP hydraulic unit fails, the unit will have to be replaced completely. The Caddy is not a car for everyone. However, if you do not take into account the commercial purpose, mediocre dynamics, and not the best workmanship, then you will get many advantages: spaciousness, simplicity of design, and relatively low operating costs.